tonight. The Shoremen 1 game behind the Bears for the 5th seed in the Centennial Conference Tournament entering play tonight. Opening tips in the air. We are underway. It's the Bears that control the opening tip. Ball in the hands of Jimmy Capeta. Ursinus features the conference's 2 leading scorers in the form of Ryan Hughes and Ryan McTamney, the 2 Ryans, as this winds up coming an air ball from Bruce Edwards after he sent Daniel Brown flying. Austin Allen has the rebound. Out now to Dylan Becker along the wing on the near side. Becker inside. Dylan. No-look bounce pass to Daniel Brown, who got open underneath and then missed a wide open layup. The rebound grabbed by Hughes for Ursinus. Bears back the other way. Here's McTamney with it on the outside for the Bears. McTamney got stripped on his way up out of bounds. It'll stay with Ursinus with 18 to shoot. Starting lineup for the Bears unchanged from their most recent contest. Bruce Edwards, Ryan Hughes, Jimmy Capeta, George Gordon, and the conference's leading scorer, Ryan McTamney, who can't catch the inbound pass here as it's out of bounds. He's defended tightly by Dallas Marshall. It'll be Shoreman ball. Shoreman with it. Here's Dallas Marshall, 48 points shy of 1,000 in his Washington career. His chase to 1,000 hit a speed bump on Saturday against Johns Hopkins as Dallas went scoreless. Here's Allen, a 2-point jump shot for the early lead. That's no good. McTamney has the rebound. Both these teams off to a little bit of a slow start. Again, we're only a minute in. Here's McTamney right down the lane. Nobody picked him up defensively. 3 different defenders were there. Nobody grabbed them, and the Bears had the first points of the night. Here's Becker with it for the Shoreman on the outside. Shot clock at 25. Dylan hands off to Alec Lewis, who's back in the Washington starting lineup tonight in place of Trey Wright. And here's Marshall on the outside. He'll pull up for a long 2. That's short and no good. Offensive rebound grabbed by Becker. Kicks it out to Allen. Baseline 2-point jumper. That's off the mark. No good. Rebounded by McTamney. Shoremen have not started off the night shooting well in the first 90 seconds. Now here's Capeta coast to coast. His layup's good. And Ursinus with an early 4-0 lead. Now Becker back with it for the Shoremen the other way. Dylan hands it off here to Daniel Brown. We'll explain more about the playoff scenarios in a couple of moments. Here's Marshall on the outside for 3. That's long and no good. Shoreman can't buy a shot in the opening 2 minutes. McTamney the rebound. Now Edwards, a kick-out pass to Capeta. Dump down low to George Gordon. He's watched by Brown for the Shoreman. Back up to Capeta on the wing. Open for 3. He knocks it down. 7-0 lead for Ursinus in the opening 2 minutes. And the Shoreman off to a disastrous start. Here's Allen, shot clock at 20 for the Shoreman. Kane Athletic Center, a lot of people here, but dead quiet so far. Allen to Brown, Brown down the lane, Daniel in trouble. Back out to Allen, 10 to shoot. Austin got away with a travel, 2-point jump shot is good. First points of the night for the Shoreman come 2.5 minutes in. They're still down, however, 7-2. Starting slow has been a problem for Washington this season, particularly over the last couple of weeks, and it's showing its ugly head again tonight. That's an offensive foul for a push-off on Ryan Hughes. I mentioned McTamney, the conference's leading scorer at 18.1 points a game for the Bears. Hughes, the conference's second leading scorer at 17.9 points a game, and has scored 20 or more points in 4 out of his last 6 games, averaging exactly 20 points per game during that 6-game stretch. So he's a player that the Bears have to try and keep out of foul trouble. Ursinus already a very short bench. Only 4 players on that Ursinus bench over there. Ursinus not a very deep team. Here's Lewis, a deep 2. That's short, no good. Becker with an offensive rebound. And he'll pull it back out and reset the offense for the Shoreman here. As Allen drives inside, Austin to the basket. That layup's good. A couple of baskets for Austin Allen, and it's 7-4. Shoreman have settled down a little bit. Hopefully, here's McTamney on the outside. He's going to play a lot of minutes tonight for the Bears, you would think, unless he gets in foul trouble. Inside to Gordon. He's double-teamed. His shot is up. That's long. No good. Rebounded by Brown. 3.5 minutes to the opening half. Bears ahead 7-4. Here's Marshall on the baseline. Marshall working on Gordon. Has to kick it out to Becker. Dylan will try a 3 for the tie. That's good. A quick 7-0 run by the Shoreman after Ursinus started on a 7-0 run, and we're tied at 7. Now Washington's finally settled into the game here a little bit. Here's Edwards with it for the Bears. Hands off McTamney. McTamney thought about a step back. No space. Closed out by Allen. Hands off here for Capeta on the outside. He's watched closely by Dylan Becker. 4 minutes gone by in this opening half. Crucial Centennial Conference game tonight in Chestertown. Shot clock at 10. First of 2 crucial games to come next couple of days. Here's Brown with the steal. Brown up ahead. Brown to the basket. And he goes up strong and throws it down. The scoop and slam from Daniel Brown, and the Shoremen lead by 2. Here's Capeta on the wing. He'll try a 3. In and out, no good. Rebound grab by Brown. Now Daniel to Marshall. Thought about a 3. Gets it to Becker. Shot clock at 20. Now Allen on the outside. Little stutter step with it. Still has it. 15 to shoot. Allen inside to Becker. Becker working on Capeta. Becker still has it. Becker will try a tough shot next to the basket. That's no good. Dillon gets an offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Lewis into corner for 3. That's good. The Shoremen, after getting down 7-0, have responded with a 12-7 run, and they lead by 5 with 15:05 to play. On the outside now, Edwards left alone for 3. That's good. Big 3 there from Edwards, stops the run and cuts the lead to 12-10. Both teams have, for the Shoremen, we should say, have gotten hot since the slow start. They're up by 2. Things have settled down a little bit now. Here's Marshall at the free throw line. He'll kick it out to Lewis. Lewis bounces it back to Marshall. Dallas drives into Gordon, gets to the basket. Layup won't go. Offensive rebound pulled down by Dallas. His putback with one hand is up and good. Good work there by Dallas Marshall. His chase for 1,000 points continues. Still needs 46 more over the next 4 games of the season. Again, going scoreless at Johns Hopkins on Saturday certainly didn't help the cause. Here's McTamney on the outside. One more pass up top to Capeta. Now the wing back to Hughes. Hughes to the baseline. Gordon. Gordon gets inside of Marshall. Layup is up and good. Good work by George Gordon down low there on the glass. That's 14-12. Both teams incredibly red hot now in the opening 6 minutes. Becker with it for the Shoremen here. Swings it to Lewis. Now back to Becker. One more pass on the wing for Allen. Shot clock at 20. Out to Lewis. Alex wide open. He'll try another 3. Gets it to go. Alec Lewis has the hot hand for the Shoremen so far. A couple of 3s here early. Looks like it'll be one of those types of nights for Lewis. Maybe it's 17-12. This one lobbed inside for Gordon. He's double teamed. He kicks it out to Capeta. Back down low to Edwards. Watched by Becker. Edwards spins inside. Marshall with the block. And then the rebound as well. Now he hands off to Allen. Shot clock at 25. Back to Lewis. Again, Alex going to try a 3. A little bit short that time. No good. Might have been a heat check shot. Rebounded by McTamney. 5-point lead for the Shoremen. 17-12. Capeta spins around Lewis and then drops it off to Gordon. At the last second, layup is good. Teams out of this timeout. For Ursinus. Trey Kohler's checking for the first time for the Shoremen. Trey Wright checks in to run the point. Derek Carter's in as well, as is Logan Bunch. Here's Lewis from the free throw line. That well short. McTamney the rebound. Ursinus 6 for 10 so far. The Shoremen 7 for 16. Bunch inside, going to be called for a foul as he got airborne off of the fake from Edwards and then couldn't pull his footing back down in time. First foul tonight on Logan. And they call that not the act of shooting, so Ursinus will inbound. Here's Hughes, a short little floater, and he knocks it down. Good little floater from Ryan Hughes, and it's 17-16. Ursinus 6-8 in conference play entering tonight. They hold the 5th and final spot in the conference. The Shoremen are 5-9, as is Gettysburg, but Gettysburg has already beat McDaniel tonight, so the Bullets now 6-9. The Shoremen will see them at home here on Saturday, and Carter gets the three-pointer away, but he travels. Allen's going to check back in for the Shoremen after a very short rest and replace Alec Lewis. 12:28 left in this opening half, 17-16. Shoremen ahead by 1. Gettysburg with a last-second win against McDaniel, 75-73 earlier tonight. So the Bullets now sitting at 6-9. The Shoremen 5-9. Ursinus 6-8. If Ursinus wins this game, they're 2 games clear of Washington with 3 to play, and they would have the tiebreaker, and things wouldn't mathematically be over for the Shoremen, but with all intents and purposes, it would be. As Edwards inside to the basket, his layup's good. Ursinus leads 18-17. Whereas if the Shoremen win tonight, it's anyone's game. Here's Carter for 3. That's no good. Rebounded by Hughes. So those substitutions that Coach Goodman made, Ursinus now going on a little run. Down low to the basket, McTamney, his layup's good. It's a very quick 6-0 spurt for the Bears out of the timeout, and they lead 20-17. Wright runs the point for the Shoremen here. Washington now down by 3. Allen on the wing, shot clock at 20. Inside to Brown on the baseline. Now Daniel in trouble, back out to Allen. One more pass to Carter. Now Wright with it. Shot clock at 12. Wright back to Carter. Derek in front of the student section. Fakes the 3. Comes inside. Gets in trouble. And then throws it away right to Edwards. Now Hughes inside, in trouble. Out to Edwards, one more pass to Capeta. He's wide open for three. In and out, no good. Bunts the rebound. And Coach Goodman, as expected, is going right back to Marshall and Becker, the starters. They're back at the scorer's table. Bears leading 20-17, 11 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the opening half. Right with it for the Shoremen here. Trey inside, in some trouble. Shot clock at 15. Wright still has it. Out to Carter in the corner. Derek the three for the tie. No good. He's 0 for 3 from three-point range in just a few minutes of play. Rebound grabbed by Kohler. Kohler to Capeta. One more pass down low to McTammy's out of bounds. It'll be Shoreman ball. For the Bears, Matt McMahon is in. George Gordon is back in. And for the Shoremen, Becker is in, Marshall is in, and Patrick Devitt, coming off a career-high 11 points on Saturday against Johns Hopkins, is in for the first time tonight. So Allen with it for the Shoremen here. Now Becker. 15 to shoot for Washington. Back up top to Wright. One more pass to Marshall. Dallas will try a three for the tie. That's good. Three ball knocked down by Marshall. He's got 5 in the opening half, and we're tied at 20. Marshall going to need all the points he can get on that chase to 1,000. Again, that scoreless game on Hopkins on Saturday didn't help anything. He's 48 shy of 1,000 entering tonight with 4 games left in the season. Here's a three-pointer from McMahon up and good. Just the 5th three-pointer made by Matt McMahon of the season, and the Bears lead 23-20. Neither one of these teams afraid to shoot the three. Ursinus averaging 19 three-point attempts per game, as are the Shoremen. The only difference is Ursinus shoots it incredibly well from three, 36.7%. Washington, meanwhile, on the season, just 30.7%. Here's Allen for 2. That's too strong. Rebounded by McMahon. Hughes with it here for the Bears. Gets it to Edwards. He'll pull up for a 3. That's good. Bruce Edwards hits another 3 for the Bears. Ursinus is living from downtown in this opening half, and they lead 26-20. Right with it for the Shoremen here. Washington all of a sudden now down by 6. Right off a screen from Devitt. Trey puts up a tough shot, but he gets it to fall. Tough shot there from Wright, but he gets the friendly, well, not friendly roll, not friendly bounce, just a friendly result, I suppose. 4-point lead for the Bears. This one swung out to Hughes. Hughes gets a screen from Gordon. Now Hughes inside. Hughes got stripped on his way up. They call a foul, though. That's going to be on Trey Wright. That's going to be his first. And that will put Ryan Hughes on the line for 2. Hughes on the season, a 66% free throw shooter for the Bears, 17.9 points a game, and his first one here is short and no good. Mentioned that playoff scenario. Ursinus 6-8 in conference play. They hold the 5th seed entering tonight. The Shoremen 5-9, 1 game behind. Gettysburg has already won tonight to go to 6-9 in conference play. Ursinus just beat Gettysburg last week, 84-79. Those two teams split the season series. Washington with a win tonight can split the season series against the Bears. And the Shoremen already hold the head-to-head win against Gettysburg. They'll see the Bullets here on Saturday at home for Senior Day and the home finale. So 2 huge games here in Chestertown in the span of 3 days in terms of the conference's playoff chase. Of course, the biggest game of the night taking place over in Baltimore right now, top-ranked Swarthmore against 7th-ranked Johns Hopkins. We'll get a score update on that game for you in a little bit. Here's right on the outside, shot clock at 10. Out to Becker, good pass. Dillon for 3, missed it too strong, rebounded by Hughes. That's a good look for the Shoremen, good offensive set. They just couldn't hit the shot. You'll live with that if you're Coach Aaron Goodman. That's the good look. You just got to get those shots to fall. Spin move down low and a traveling violation called on Kohler to give the ball back to Washington. Again, the Bears a very short bench, just 4 players on the Ursinus bench, only 2 of which have played so far. Here's Wright with it for the Shoremen. Up top to Becker, now Marshall. Back to Becker, now back for Wright. One more pass to Allen, 15 to shoot. To Becker in the corner, 8:20 left in the opening half. Back to Allen. Now out to Wright. Shot clock at 10 for Trey. Now to Allen. Shot clock at 6. Shot clock at 5. Allen in trouble. Out to Becker. Shot clock at 3. Dillon to the baseline. Puts up a floater. Left it short. Devitt tried to tip it up and in. That's no good. Loose ball was grabbed by the Shoremen. Here's Marshall in the corner. Passes up on the 3. Gets to the basket. The finger roll is up and good. And then they call the late blocking foul as well. Dallas going to get one more. So count the basket for Marshall. Gordon's hit with the foul, his first, as he slid in to take the charge. However, he was standing in the restricted area. Capeda's going to come back in for the Bears to replace Hughes. And Dallas Marshall, his chase to 1,000. Needs to average 12 points a game the rest of the season. He's got 7 here with 7:58 to play in the opening half. Make it 8 as the free throw's good. And it's 27-25. Just a tick under 8 minutes left in the first. Obviously, Hopkins-Swarthmore is the biggest game of the night. This is a very close second. That other game determines the top of the conference. This game determines the final playoff spot, or could determine the final playoff spot with 3 games left in the season after tonight. Here's Gordon, watched by Devin. Gordon inside. Gordon, good, tough shot. High off the glass and good. That's pretty good defense played by Devin. That's just a really tough shot by Gordon. Now Becker out to right. 7.5 minutes to play into the break. Trey looking around, nobody really open. Now back to Allen. Shot clock at 15 for Austin. Back to right on the wing. Now Marshall in the corner. Back to right. Shot clock at 10. Right to Becker. Back to right. Shot clock at 6. Shot clock at 5. Marshall, nice pass inside to Allen, but he left the shot short. Rebounded by Kohler. Not a very organized offensive set for the Shoremen there. Not much doing in terms of movement. Quick catch and shoot 3 from McMahon from deep 3-point range. No good, and Marshall has the rebound. Now Wright will push it back the other way for the Shoremen. Bounce pass back to Marshall. Dallas inside. Marshall a floater. It's good. And a blocking foul. As once again, McMahon tried to take the charge that time, but he was in the paint. Not in the paint. He was in the paint. He was in the restricted area. First foul on McMahon. Dallas Marshall's got a hot start tonight. Edwards is back in to replace McMahon. Brown's back in to replace Devitt. And it's 29-27 with 6:52 left in the opening half. Marshall's off to a hot start for the Shoremen tonight, but he misses the free throw. Rebound is knocked out of bounds by Brown. It'll come back to the Bears. Ten points so far tonight for Dallas Marshall in the opening 13 minutes. Now 38 shy of 1,000 for his career. If he does happen to get there, would be the 36th player to do it on time. The shot blocked by Brown, but a foul was called. I mentioned another important men's game of the night. Swarthmore, the top-ranked team in the country, undefeated at 7th-ranked Hopkins. As Edwards hits the first free throw, score of that game. Very high-scoring affair in Baltimore. The Garnet leading the Blue Jays 41-36 with 19 seconds to play in the opening half. (30-27). Ursinus here leading by 3. Both free throws from Edwards are good, make it 4. A couple of the students tried to distract Edwards. It clearly didn't work. 31-27 the lead for the Bears. 6.5 minutes left in the opening half. Here's Allen. Looking to get rid of it. Nobody open, however, for Austin to pass it to. Shot clock at 15. Right inside to Becker. Dillon through 3 defenders. Shot no good. Brown with an offensive rebound. He'll pour it back out. Ball never hit the rim. Shot clock's at 6. Here's Wright. Wright inside. Wright driving to the lane. Puts up a tough floater. No good. Rebound grab by Hughes. He had Marshall open in the corner. Trey tried to take it instead. Not a bad take. Just couldn't get the roll. Here's Hughes back on the outside. 6 minutes left in the opening half. Down low to Gordon. Gordon working on Allen. Gordon might have got away with a travel. Shot was left short. Rebound grab by Wright. Now Trey going to push the pace back the other way. Wright out to Marshall. Dallas, no hesitation for the 3. Gets it to go! Dallas Marshall on fire in this opening half. Coach Goodman going to call for a timeout. 6 left in the opening half. Each coach has used a 30-second timeout so far. We mentioned Marshall needs to average 12 points a game the rest of the year if he wants a shot at 1,000. He's got 13 with 5.5 minutes left in the opening half, and the Shoremen have needed every single one of those 13 so far. Here's Capeda on the outside, back up top to Hughes. Now McMahon inside of McTamney, watched by Marshall. Shot clock at 10. McTamney working in on Marshall. McTamney in trouble, and he throws it out of bounds. That'll be Washington ball. If he didn't get rid of the ball, it would have been a travel. So McTamney kind of caught a no man's land on that one. Ursinus leading 31-35, 22 left in the opening half. Huge game in the Centennial Conference playoff chase. Gettysburg lurking at 6-9 with a win already tonight. The Bears at 6-8, the Shoremen at 5-9. A win by Washington. It's a 3-way tie with 3 games to go. Here's Allen, and we're going to get an offensive foul. If that's on Wright, that'll be his second, and it is. So Trey's got 2. Alec Lewis going to come back in after an extended rest with 5:06 to play, and the Shoremen down 31-30. There's Capeta with it. 4.5 assists a game per him. Per game for him, we should say. Third best for the conference. He gets the ball back here from McTamney. Screen set by Edwards. Capeta pulls up for a 2. No good. Rebounded by Lewis. Now to Becker. Becker across midcourt to Marshall, to Lewis in the corner. Alec, no hesitation on the 3. In and out, no good. Rebounded by McTamney. Good take from Lewis, just couldn't quite get the shot to roll in. He's already knocked down a couple of threes in this opening half. McTamney almost got away with a carry, or almost committed a carry, we should say. Gets the ball back here. Out now to Hughes. Hughes pulls up for a 3. No good. Rebounded by Brown. Now Becker back across midcourt. Up to Brown. Brown inside. Daniel. Tough shot. Not quite sure why he took that shot. Hughes the rebound. Now Capeta. Bounce pass on the way to McMahon. His shot's off the glass and good. And the Bears lead by 3. Quick back the other way come to Shoreman. Allen out to Lewis. Now Marshall. To Becker. Becker, a screen set by Marshall. Becker goes inside. Dillon in trouble, and he got fouled. Coach Small doesn't like the call. That's on Bruce Edwards. That's his first. Gordon will check back in for the Bears and replace McMahon. So the starting 5 out there for the Bears. And the starting 5 out there for the Shoremen as well with 3:55 left in the half. Here's Allen. Out to Brown. 15 to shoot for the Shoremen here. Daniel looks. Now to Allen. Shot clock at 10. Here's Marshall on the wing. Dallas thought about the 3. Back to Becker. Shot clock at 7. Becker bounce pass to Brown. Brown out to Marshall. Shot clock at 4. Dallas has to pull from 3. That's short. No good. Rebounded by Hughes. Not much of a choice for Dallas there. Here's Capeta. 18 to shoot. Inside to Gordon, working on Allen. Gordon down low to Edwards. Edwards gets inside on Marshall, and Dallas has to commit the foul. First foul of the night on Dallas. And 2 free throws coming with 3:17 left in the half. 2 free throws for Bruce Edwards. 3:17 to play. Ursinus leading the Shoremen 33-30. First free throw here from Edwards is short, no good. Devitt's back in for Washington. He's going to get Austin Allen with 3:17 to play. We'll get one more here. And he missed it, no good. He goes 0 for 2. 33-30, Bears up by 3, 3:10 left in the half. Here's Brown driving inside. I think he got away with a travel. He did get away with a travel as he kicks it out to Becker. Shot clock at 20. Becker will pull up for 2. Hits it. Nice shot from Dillon. And the lead is 1. 33-32, 2:55 to play. Here's Hughes. Inside to McTamney. He lost it out of bounds. It'll be Washington ball. 1-point lead for Ursinus, 33-32, 2:40 to play. This game has every feel of a playoff game, but for all intents and purposes for the Shoremen it is, because if they lose this game, they're 2 games back with 3 to play, and Ursinus would win the head-to-head tiebreaker, meaning the Shoremen would have to win all 3, and Ursinus would have to lose out just to have a chance. If the Shoremen win this game tonight, it's a different story. Still a long way to go. 2.5 minutes left. Bears up by 1. Here's Brown. Out to Lewis. Shot clock at 10. Up top to Becker. 2.5 minutes to play. Marshall driving. Kicks it to Devitt. Patrick's got an open look for a 2. Missed it. Too strong. Rebounded by Capeta. Capeta to McTamney on the near side. And we got a whistle on a foul call down low as Gordon got contacted under the basket there by Devitt, his first. Team's 6th. So won't be free throws. It'll be an inbounds play for the Bears. Shot clock at 24. 2:14 left in the half. Ursinus leading by 1. Inside, there's McTamney right to the basket. He got the pass through a double team. Layup is good. And the Bears lead by 3. 35-32, 2:05 left in the half. Here's Brown. In the corner, it comes to Marshall. Marshall looks. Now dribbles it up top. Back to Lewis in the corner. Less than 2 minutes left in the half. Now Becker gets it. Near side along the wing. 13 to shoot. Dillon inside. Becker spins. He got stripped. And Hughes gets the loose ball, but then he throws it right away back to Lewis. Now Lewis out to Becker, and the Shorman will settle it down as he gets it to the baseline to Brown. Brown working on Gordon. Brown got into him. Short left-handed hook shot is good. Gordon complained to the referee that was a push-off, but it wasn't. Good, solid play just made there by Brown instead. 1 point lead for the Bears, 35-34, 90 seconds up and a half. Gordon down low along the baseline, spins, gets right by Devitt. Layup is good. George Gordon turning Patrick Devitt in a little bit of a turnstile on that one. Good, strong move by the Ursinus Jr. Bears lead by 3. And now Becker trying to get to Brown. It got tipped. Dillon gets it back. Out to Lewis. Lewis wide open for the 3 for the tie. No good. Rebound grabbed by McTamney. Another good look from Lewis. Just couldn't quite hit it. 1 minute left in the half. Here's Gordon. Long 2-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Marshall. Less than a minute left in the opening half. 37-34. Shorman leading by 3. Becker with it here. 15 to shoot. Up top to Lewis. Now on the wing to Brown. Brown fakes the handoff. Shot clock at 10. Gets to Marshall. Dallas takes the bump. Out to Becker. 6 to shoot. Dillon to the free throw line. Becker inside. Dillon in trouble. Tough fadeaway shot. Not a good shot there. Rebound grabbed by Edwards. Shot clock is dead. Bears can hold for the last shot with 22 seconds to play. As Edwards will put it in the hands of Capeta. He looks back to Coach Small for instructions. 15 seconds left in the half. Bears trying to take some momentum into the locker room. Up top, here's Edwards. 7 seconds to play. Now Hughes to McTamney in the corner. 3 seconds. McTamney around Brown. McTamney to the rim. Devitt got airborne. Shot no good. That'll do it for the opening half of play. They'd have to win their last 3 and have Ursinus lose their last 3 because of tie-breaking scenarios. So we're underway in the second half. The Kane Athletic Center. Shorman down by 3 with the first possession of the half. Here's Marshall for the Shorman. He had 13 to lead all players in that opening half of play. Brown's got it for the Shorman here. Hands it off to Lewis. Now Lewis to the elbow. Alec in trouble. Gets it out to Allen. One more pass out to Marshall. Shot clock at 10. Brown with it along the baseline. Brown, tough little left-handed hook shot here. No good. McTamney the rebound. Teams were dead even in rebounding in the first half. Ursinus did not have an offensive rebound in that first half of play. This ball is loose, and Austin Allen's got the steal. Up ahead to Becker. Becker, the pass to the near side to Lewis to the basket. He got fouled, and they do call it. They blew the whistle late, but they do call it. That's going to be on Jimmy Capeta, his first. I mentioned that race for the playoffs where the Ursinus at 6-8, the Shorman at 5-9, and Gettysburg with their win tonight. They're now 6-9. Washington's next game will be at home here on Saturday. They will take on that Gettysburg team. So you talk about games with big playoff implications here at Chestertown in the span of 3 days. That's what we've got. The Shorman at home against Ursinus tonight, and then Gettysburg on Saturday. As Lewis makes both free throws here. Schedule for the Bears to finish the season is also not easy. Home games against Johns Hopkins, home game against Muhlenberg, and a road trip on the final day of the season to a always pesky Franklin Marshall squad. Whereas the Shorman will have Gettysburg on Saturday, and then at McDaniel and Dickinson next week as we get a foul call to the inside here. That's on Brown for reaching on Gordon, his second foul tonight. In fact, speaking of Johns Hopkins, the nation's 7th-ranked team at home against top-ranked Swarthmore. Thought that game would be close and competitive, but at last check, the Garnet were ahead by 16 early in the second half. As this shot's no good, Brown has the rebound. So Swat actually surprisingly blowing the doors off of Hopkins over there. Here's Lewis the 3 for the lead, left that one short. Gordon the rebound. Alex had quite a few good looks like that tonight from the outside, and so far Lewis now just 2 for 5 from three-point range. Actually 2 for 6 as the stats just updated. Here's Hughes, he pulls up for a deep 2. That's no good. Battle for the rebound is out of bounds. Last touch by McTamney. It'll be Shorman ball. Must-win game tonight for the Shorman for all intents and purposes, and they trail 37-36, 18-31 to play in the second half. The men trying to follow up on the big women's game win from earlier tonight, in which Crystal Jones hit 2 free throws with 0.2 of a second left to give Washington the win there. Here's Marshall on the outside of 3 for the lead. Gets it to go! Dallas Marshall the open three, and they had something to shout to the Ursinus bench afterward. He's got 16, and the Shoremen lead by 2. Now here's Gordon on the baseline. That's good for 2. That ties things up at 39. Mentioned Marshall needing to average 12 points a game the rest of the year to get to his 1,000. He's got 16 so far. Here's Becker. Hands off to Lewis. Alec down the lane. Lewis in trouble. Out to Marshall. He thought about it again. Thought better of it. Now back to Lewis. Alec, no hesitation to 3. That's left well short. Knew that as soon as it left his hand. Battle for the rebound. Damian Brown's got the offensive rebound. Out to Lewis. Now to Becker. Dillon a 3 for the lead. In and out, no good. Marshall follows with a one-handed putback, but it doesn't quite roll up and in. And then Brown commits a foul in the backcourt as he knocked into Bruce Edwards. That's his 3rd. Couple of chances for the Shoremen there, but not quite. We're still tied at 39. Still a lot of time left. 17 and a half minutes to play from the Decatur Athletic Center. Here's Capeta. Now to Hughes. Hughes drives. Hughes gets to the basket. Brown had to let him go because he was playing with 3 fouls, and the layup's good. 2-point lead for the Bears again, 41-39. Here's Becker. Becker trying to back it on Capeta. Screen set by Marshall. Now Becker gets it out to Dallas. He thought about the 3. Now he gets it to Brown, cutting to the basket. Brown to the rim. Got fouled. They didn't call it. Brown with an offensive rebound, and that shot got blocked by McTamney, and the Bears have the rebound. Here's Capeta. With it here for the Bears. Shot clock at 20. Bears leading by 2. Now Hughes off a screen. 2-point jumper. Left that one short. Allen has the rebound. Out to Marshall. Becker along the wing. Dillon inside. Becker throws up a, don't quite know what that was. But now Brown gets the steal on the pass from Edwards. Layup is good, and we're tied at 41. And Coach Goodman calls timeout and immediately. 16:29 to play. Daniel Brown now with 9 rebounds on the night, 6 points. We're tied at 41 as he gets the offensive rebound on the putback. Trey right back into the game for the Shoremen to give Brown a rest. Capeta with it here for the Bears. Lobs inside McTamney. That's a mismatch on Becker. An absolute mismatch. McTamney takes advantage of it. Spinning layup is good. Ryan McTamney, 6'6". Dylan Becker, 5'11". You do the math. Here's Marshall on the outside. In the corner for Allen. Shot clock at 20. Allen off a screen from Marshall. Allen into the lane. Tough shot. No good, but there's contact and a foul. It's going to be on Ryan Hughes. That'll be his 2nd. And 2 free throws upcoming for the senior, Austin Allen. 66% free throw shooter on the year. Makes the first here. We haven't checked in on Swarthmore Johns Hopkins in a while. We'll do that now. The Garnet leading 60-43 with 12 minutes to play. That's a result, I think, surprising a lot of people. SWAT all but locking up the 1 seed in the conference tonight if they can win that game. They'd be 2 up over Hopkins with 3 to play, plus would have the head-to-head tiebreaker. Allen hits both free throws, and we're tied at 43. For the Bears, Trey Kohler checks back in to replace Gordon. Again, Ursinus working with that short bench. Only 9 players dressed tonight. Only 7 have played so far. You wonder if that might come into play after a while. McTamney down low gets the pass. He was able to catch a high pass over Allen. Layup is good. The lead is 2. McTamney's starting to get hot for the Bears. Here's Marshall. Oh, he wanted that transition catch and shoot 3. Thinks better of it. Gets it to Becker. Marshall sets the screen. Now Dillon inside. In trouble. Out to Allen. Allen to right. 15 to shoot for the Shoremen. Lewis sets a screen. Trey can't use it. Now to Becker. Shot clock at 10. Dillon drives. Gets space. Puts up a tough shot. No good. Marshall with an offensive rebound. Banks it off the glass. And we're tied at 45. Have yourself a night, Dallas Marshall. He's got 18 now. Shoremen are going to need every single one of those points as we go along. Here's Capeta. Out to Edwards. Ursinus still shooting above 50% in this game. This one lobbed inside of McTamney. And a foul is going to be called. They're going to get Austin Allen for a hook. His first. Derek Carter's going to check in for the Shoremen here and replace Becker with 14:59 to play. Capeta, a high inbounds pass to Kohler. Now hands back off to Capeta, guarded very closely here by Carter. 15 to shoot for the Bears. 5 minutes gone by in the second half for Ursinus of Washington. Huge game tied at 45. There's Kohler. 5 to shoot. Hughes inside of McTamney. McTamney working on Marshall. McTamney a running hook shot up and good. Too much power there from Ryan McTamney. He's got 8 in the second half. He's got 12 on the night, or 6 in the half, we should say, and 12 on the night. And the Bears lead it by 2. 14 and a half minutes to play. Washington's going to win this game. They're doing good offensively, but they got to hope Ursinus starts missing some shots. The Bears still shooting over 50%. They were shooting 57% at the break. Allen out to Marshall. Shot clock at 7. Lewis back to Marshall. Dallas has the open look. He'll try the 3, and that one's not particularly close. It's out of bounds. Back to Ursinus. Ursinus actually shooting better in the second half than they did in the first half. Their percentage has gone from 57.7 up to 58.8%. The Shoreman's percentage has dropped down to 33%, and yet somehow this is only a 2-point game. McTamney just manhandling his way into Austin Allen. Layup is good. The Bears lead by 4. Ryan McTamney has gotten hot in the second half. The conference's leading scorer. And now Marshall's going to be hit with an offensive foul for an illegal screen. McMahon will check back in for the Bears and replace Capeta. 49-45, Ursinus ahead by 4. Largest lead for the Bears since they were up 7-0 early. This has been a problem for the Shoremen this year. They seem to give up one big run in the second half that seems to do them in. They'll have to try and avoid doing that here. Here's Hughes. Inside McTamney gets the positioning on Marshall. Once again, Ryan McTamney, the layup is good. And 6 at the break. He's got 10 already in the second, 16 for the night. And Ursinus all of a sudden on a 6-0 run. They lead the Shoremen 51-45. Washington's got to get a basket on this trip and settle things down in a hurry. Here's Marshall in the corner. He'll try a 3. Missed it long, no good. Dallas is starting to cool off since the hot start. Rebound grabbed by Edwards. Mentioned is usually the one big run a game that seems to do Washington in, and Ursinus trying to be in the middle of one here. They lead by 6. Here's Hughes. Now McMahon. Inside of McTamney. McTamney double team. Still got a shot away. Still gets the layup to fall. He's got 12 in the half. He's got the last 8 for the Bears. And Ursinus leads 53-45. The conference's leading scorer has taken over this game inside of Kane Athletic Center. And now Allen bumped and fouled on the near side by Ryan Hughes. That's his 3rd. Sub for the Shoremen. Logan Bunch is back in. He'll replace Marshall. And for Ursinus, Capeta and Gordon are in. Edwards and Hughes to the bench. A lot of time left in this game, 12:37, but it already kind of feels like we're hitting critical mass with the Shoremen on the receiving end of an 8-0 run, trailing by 8 with 12.5 minutes left. Here's Wright. Hands it off to Allen. Now back up to Lewis. Now to Wright. Trey will pull up for 2. He doesn't pull up for shots much, and he missed that one way short. That ball barely hit the rim. Rebound grab by McMahon. A must-win game for the Shoremen, and they are struggling right now. Ursinus still red hot. McTamney's gotten red hot. Here's Capeta. Gets it to McTamney. McTamney now driving on Lewis. McTamney spins, kicks it out. Back to Capeta. Capeta launches a 2. That's no good. Allen the rebound. Now Wright will push the pace the other way. Out to Carter in the corner. Derek open, tries a 3. Missed it long, no good. Nothing's falling for the Shoremen. Logan Bunch with an offensive rebound. Out to Lewis. Now to Wright. Wright driving. Out to Carter. Derek again will try a 3. This one again is long, no good. Shoremen can't buy a basket. Ursinus can't miss a basket. Bears have the rebound. Now McTamney along the baseline. And he lost it out of bounds. It'll be Shoreman ball. $11:19 to play. 8-point lead for Ursinus, 53-45. As Lewis will inbound for the Shoreman here. As he gets it into Trey Wright, who runs the point right now. 8-point lead for the Bears. Handoff comes to Lewis. Now Lewis to Carter. Carter back to Wright. 15 to shoot for the Shoreman. Bunch sets the screen. Wright Back out to Carter. Now to Allen. Shot clock at 10. Austin's got to drive. Allen, a two-point shot is up for the paint and good. Now 53-47. Shorman back within a half dozen. Ursinus shooting 60% from the floor tonight. The Shorman 31.6%. That's your ball game right there. Gordon working on bunch. His shot is up and good. Ursinus on the road tonight, basically playing with 7 players. They lead the Shorman 55-47. A 10-2 run by the Bears has put them ahead by 8 with 10.5 minutes to play. Here's Allen with it. Out to Carter. Now to Wright. Back to Allen. A lot of dribbling and handing off by the Shorman here. Daniel Brown's back in for Washington out of the break. Wright to Lewis. Shot clock at 10. Alec trying to bounce it inside to Allen. He gets hit and fouled on the play by Kohler. His first. As Becker and Marshall will check back in for the Shorman. Allen and Lewis will come to the bench. 10:08 to play. Shorman trailing 55-47. For the Bears, Hughes will come back in also and replace McMahon. Washington has not beaten Ursinus here at home in the Coach Goodman era. They've got to beat them tonight to realistically keep their playoff hopes alive. Here's Brown driving. Daniel in trouble to Wright. Now to Becker. Carter in the corner. Shot clock at 10. Now to Marshall. Dallas left open. He'll try a three. It's it long, no good. Dallas has gone cold since a hot start. Rebound grabbed by Edwards. Marshall was the only one making shots earlier. Now his shots aren't starting to fall, and the rest of his teammates aren't really picking them up either. Shorman continuing to shoot around 30%. The Bears over 60% on the night. Actually, how they're only up by 8 in this game is kind of surprising. Now Hughes for three. Yep, right on cue. Double-digit lead. 58-47. Hughes hits the three. 9.5 minutes to play. Shorman down by double digits. Here's Carter. In trouble. Bounce pass to Wright. Now to Marshall. 15 to shoot. Marshall backing in. Out to Carter in the corner. Derek again tries a three. Gets it to go. 62.5% shooting for Ursinus. It doesn't matter what Washington does offensively. If that shooting percentage for the Bears doesn't start coming down in a hurry, Washington's going to be buried in this one rather quick. Here's Gordon on the inside working on Marshall. Gordon already in a hook shot, and so much for that. There's the hook shot. It's good. Now Wright inside to Lewis. 10-point lead for the Bears. Becker on the outside. Dillon driving, getting to the basket. Layup won't go. Brown follows with the putback, and the lead's down to 8. 60-52, 8:34 to play. Here's Hughes. Now to Capeta. Edwards on the outside, left open, tries a three and hits. Ursinus can't miss. They just can't miss a shot. They lead by 11 again, 8:15 left. You can't give shooters space. That's part of the problem. The other problem is for the Shorman, they're just not missing. Lewis to the basket, count the shot and the foul. Alec Lewis. That's on Kohler. That's his second. Washington's getting points. McTammy's back in. McMahon's back in. Edwards to the bench. Kohler to the bench. But eventually the Shorman are going to have to get stops. It's the only way they're going to win this game. Ursinus is shooting 64.3%. 64.3% from the floor. 6 for 10 from three-point range. The Shorman shooting 33.9%. How they're only down by 9 in this game, making 8 as the free throw's good, is nothing short of a minor miracle at this point. 63-55, still 8:07 to play. Ursinus has to start missing shots. The Shorman got to start making shots, and it's got to happen in a hurry. And guard Ryan McTammy. That would also help. Here is McTammy with the basketball. He's got 12 in this half. Capeta spins, gets out to McMahon. Now Hughes, 10 to shoot. Hughes behind the back on the dribble, and he's going to be fouled on his way to the basket by Alec Lewis, his first. 20 on the shot clock, 7:46 to play, 63-55. That's Capeta, gets it into Hughes. Hughes driving. Hughes, a shot up over Brown is good. It doesn't matter what the Shorman throw at Ursinus defensively. They can't miss. The lead is 10. Now Lewis on the outside. Out to Becker. It's almost to the point where Washington's got to start scoring on every single possession. Becker drives. to Brown. Brown with a short floater. That's off the mark. Rebound grab by McTamney. Shoreman can't afford to have empty possessions if the Bears don't start missing their shots. 65-55, 7:10 to play. Here's Capeta with it, watched by Wright. And Capeta just chucks it down low, nobody home, but there's a foul. That's going to be on Marshall. That's going to be his third. Allen's going to check back in and get Dallas here with 7:01 to play. Bears leading 65-55. They've set the scoreboard to 63-55. And now traveling violation call. .640 to play. We've got the score at 65-55. The scoreboard here in Canton Athletic Center has been changed to 63-55. Carter in the corner is going to try a three. He misses it short. Rebound grabbed by Gordon. So they're going to have to check on that at some point here. We'll try to get that updated for you at some point in time. Here's Hughes to the basket. That shot's no good. McTamney trying for the follow. No good. Right the rebound. Obviously, the Shoreman would love it if the score on the scoreboard right now is the correct case. We'll see what holds up. Here's Carter. Throws it inside to nobody. It's out of. If you're the Shoreman, you take it because the deficit is only 8 instead of 10. However, the referees, they got that one wrong. Or the books got it wrong or something. Regardless, it's an 8-point lead for the Bears instead of 10, 63-55 with less than 6 minutes to play. Whether that will become an impact in this game or not is to be seen. If Ursinus doesn't start missing shots, it's not going to matter as we get a whistle and an offensive foul. That's going to go on Ryan McTamney, his first. And now the Shoreman will try to take advantage of the gift. 5:39 to play. Still down by 8. They got to start making shots. Right with it for the Shoreman here. Trey off a screen for Becker. Lobs it up, and there's Brown to get up strong and throw it down. Wright and Brown locked eyes. The alley-oop is strong, and the lead is down to 6. Let's see if that gives the Shoreman some momentum to kickstart a run. Here's Capeta. The corner for Edwards. But again, Washington's got to get stops for any of this to matter. McTamney on the inside. Kicks out to Capeta. He's up top for 3. Airballed it. That'll be Washington ball. Lewis back in for the Shoreman to get Allen. 5:02 to play. .502 left from the Canton Athletic Center. Shoreman trying to make this game tighter, a game they have to win. They trail 63-57 as we tick under 5 minutes to play. Wright's got it for the Shoreman, looking for a screen. He'll get it to Becker now. Out to Marshall. 18 to shoot for the Shoreman. Marshall hands off to Lewis. Lewis drives, got away with a push-off. 2-point jumper's up, he left it short anyway. Basketball gods making up for that one as Lewis should have gotten called for the push-off, but then he missed it short. 6-point lead for the Bears. Capeta out to Gordon. Now Edwards to Hughes. Shot clock at 18. Hughes inside of McTamney. McTamney working on Lewis. Lewis stripped it. It's still loose. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Ursinus. It'll be Washington ball. 4:25 to play. Bears up by 6. This game at one point was tied at 45. The Bears went on a run to take an 11-point lead. They've held that lead since then. They still lead here, 63-57. .425 to play. Right with it here for the Shoremen, letting the ball roll into the front court, saving as much time as possible. Smart move there by the Washington sophomore. Now Trey will hand it off to Becker. Now to Lewis. Lewis to Wright, back to Becker. Becker drives, Dillon in trouble, out to Lewis. Alex straight away for three, missed it short again. Rebounded by Gordon. Lewis has had his looks from downtown tonight, but he's 2 for 8. He made his first 2, he's missed his last 6. Ursinus leads by 6, under 4 minutes to play. Here's McTamney, up top to Edwards. Now Hughes. Hughes to Capeta. 10 to shoot, McTamney on the outside. McTamney trying to drive. McTamney still has it, he takes a tough 3 and he hits! Wow, Ryan McTamney. Spun, hits the 3 anyway, and the lead is 9. Here's Marshall back up top. Out to Lewis. Lewis off a screen from Marshall. In trouble, and he traveled. No, he's foul. Looked like he traveled. Instead, they call a foul on Capeta, his second. And it's a 1-on-1 for Alec Lewis with 3:28 to play. Shoremen needing all the breaks to go their way here with this last 3:28. They still trail by 9. Lewis on the line for 1, plus the bonus, if he makes the first, which he does. 66-58, 3:28 to play. Shoreman 7 for 8 at the free throw line tonight. 8 for 9, Lewis makes them both. Allen's back in to get Becker, 3:28 to play. And Washington trailing 66-59, a game that for all intents and purposes they have to win. They lose this game tonight, they're 2 games behind Ursinus with 3 games to play, plus the Bears would have the head-to-head breaker. Shoremen win this game and it's a 3-way tie for 5th with 3 games to go. Everything on the line for Washington in the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds. But they trail by 7 because Ursinus can't miss any shots tonight. Ridiculously red-hot shooting for the Bears. Here's Edwards to Gordon in the corner. He'll try a 3 and he hits. And they lead the Shoremen 69-59. If things weren't critical for Washington before, they sure are now. Here's Lewis on the outside. Gets free, takes a 2 and hits. 8-point game, 2:55 left. As Edwards gets it into the corner to Hughes. Hughes going to be double teamed here. Dribbles out of it. And now he'll pull it back out for Ursinus. A double team coming again for the Shoremen. There's Capeta near midcourt, shot clock at 15. Ursinus in no hurry here, nor should they be, up by 8. Trying to put a damper on the Shoremen's playoff hopes. They lead by 8. Here's Hughes off a screen right to the basket. Layup is good. Too much Ursinus tonight, 71-61, 2.5 minutes left. Washington not hitting a lot of shots. Ursinus can't miss. Here's Wright. Down the lane, trade to the basket. Layup is off the glass and good. 8-point game, 71-63. Here's Capeta. Capeta gets around Wright. Capeta inside, puts up a floater. Missed it, but he gets the offensive rebound. Of course, Ursinus finally misses a shot, and then they get the offensive rebound anyway. Shot clock reset when it shouldn't have. 1:50 to play. Bears have it up 71-63. They'll put the shot clock to 12. Allen's going to come back in for the Shoremen. He's going to get Becker. 8-point lead for the Bears. Capeta will inbound. That's Capeta. We'll just try to lob it to McTamney. It's stolen by Lewis. Big defensive play by the Shoremen. Now they got to make it pay off. Here's Wright inside. Wright got stripped on his way up, and they call a foul. That's on Jimmy Capeta. That's his second, and Wright will shoot a 1-on-1. With 1:43 to play, and Washington down by 8. They need every single one of these points. Trey on the season, just a 51% free throw shooter. And his first free throw here is good. 71-64. And he airballs the second one. Yikes. That'll be your Ursinus ball with 1:43 to play. They lead by 7. Must-win game for Washington College tonight, but they trail Ursinus by 7 with just 1:43 to play. McTamney on the inbound. Cross court to Capeta. Gets it across the timeline here. Shorman have only committed 6 fouls in this half, so fouls from here on out would still be just a 1-and-1. Capeta with 15 to shoot. Got stripped by Wright. Wright picked him clean, and then Trey in transition got fouled by Capeta. That's his 4th. And Wright again will go shoot a 1-on-1 with 1:26 to play. Seven-point lead for Ursinus. Wright for a 1-on-1. He misses it. Wright misses the free throw. Hughes has the rebound. Shorman, the worst free throw shooting team in the conference at 60.7%. They're missing them at the wrong times here. Here's Hughes, almost got stripped. Out to Edwards. 12 to shoot. Hughes to the baseline. Hughes to the basket. Shot got blocked by Alan McTamney there for an offensive rebound. Count the shot and the foul for Ryan McTamney. And that is a killer. The foul's on Dallas Marshall. That's his 4th. Becker's back in. Carter's back in. McMahon is back in. And with 1:02 to play, Ursinus now leading by 9. Bears have only taken 6 free throws tonight. They're 3 for 6 from the line. They get 4 for 7 as McTamney hits up with only 3 games to play, but they trail by 10 with 1 minute left. Here's Wright to Becker in the corner. Dillon tries a quick 3, in and out, no good. Rebound grabbed by Hughes, and Hughes is fouled. That's going to go on Derek Carter. That'll be his 1st. With 51.9 seconds to go, it's free throws for the Bears, already with a 10-point lead. Might be sitting at home thinking to yourselves, well, Washington's not mathematically eliminated with a loss tonight. No, they're not. Ursinus will be in 5th place at 7-8. Gettysburg with a win tonight is at 6-9. The Shoremen, unless they pull off a miracle here, will be 5-10 with 3 games to play. They're 2 games behind, so mathematically it's possible. However, Ursinus is the team that's 2 games ahead, and with this win, the Bears will sweep the season series for the Shoremen, meaning that Washington will have to finish. They can't finish in a tie with Ursinus head-to-head. They'd have to finish ahead of the Bears, and now Wright throws the inbound pass away to Edwards. Lewis commits the foul, 47.9 seconds to go, and it's all academic at this point. 76-64. Bears up by 12. So again, mathematically, is it still possible for the Shoremen? Yes. Realistically, this loss pretty much shuts it down. They'll have to finish ahead of the Bears with 3 games left because Ursinus has the head-to-head tiebreaker now with a single-season sweep. It's possible, obviously, but a win tonight would have certainly gone a long way. McTamney hits all the free throws. Ursinus calls timeout. To go, Ursinus is pulled away from the Shoremen. They lead 78-64. Wright inbounds it here to Lewis. Up ahead to Carter. Derek pulls up for a deep 3. Missed it long, no good. Rebound grabbed by Gordon. Gordon dribbles it to the corner. Gets it up ahead to Edwards, who got hacked by Carter. That's his 2nd. And with 36.7 seconds to go, Ursinus will go to the line with a chance to really extend that margin at this point. They lead by 14. When you let a team shoot 62%, including 8 for 13 from three-point range, you're not going to have chances very often, as the first free throw from Edwards here is good. Bears lead by 15, 36.7 to play. Make it 16. Both free throws from Edwards, good. Right, inbounds it here to Brown. Brown gets inside, Brown gets to the rim, and Brown with one hand's going to go throw it down. Third time we've seen Daniel Brown dunk one tonight. Unfortunately, those only count for 2 points and not 14, and that's what the Shoremen need right now. As Hughes across the timeline, and he traveled. Students start to file out of Kane Athletic Center. 26.8 seconds to go. It's going to be the third straight loss for the Shoremen. It's about the worst time of the year to have that happen. Here's Becker. Step back three from Dillon. That's short, no good. Rebound grabbed by Hughes. Shot clock is dead. Hughes across the timeline. It's a crippling loss tonight for the Shoremen in terms of the conference playoffs. Ursinus will go to 7-8 in conference play. They'll be alone in fifth place. Gettysburg now sits at 6-9. Washington will drop to 5-10 in the Centennial Conference.